son looks at me, the way I wish his father saw me. With complete adoration of my mere existence, I know it sounds crazy, and perhaps it is. Or I'm treading the waters of insanity, hoping the deep end doesn't depend on me not loving you anymore, although I'm trying to move past you. To let you go fully means when my son looks up at me, I feel elevated. Like a queen at her coronation, I feel beautiful when my son looks at me. And yet in his eyes I see you. Beautiful, majestic, godly, black. And uncertain of what true love is, there isn't a fantasy of my love for you. I can't tell you a beautiful love story that'll make you believe in love again. Instead, I can give you the story of my life. My first love, first boyfriend, first kiss, first broken heart is my son's father, and that bothers me more than I let on. Oftentimes I spend hours thinking of you and having imaginary conversations about our son, but then the sun comes up and I realize I've wasted another day living in the past. When we are teenagers holding hands in hallways, there's always something else I could be doing, but I find myself living in those moments when my son smiles at me. There's a difference in my love for you. There's a bottomless pit of hurt and unspeakable pain, and I'm ashamed of my role in the awkwardness that exists between us. The fact that our communication has resorted to random text messages of surface greetings, the good morning queens and great rising kings. While cute, they shoot me in my gut every time they come through. It's like saying, let me speak so I can keep the peace, knowing good and well that we're on the brink of war. Fighting for our future, I see error in all of this. The broken family before becoming a family. The I love him but only saw him twice in his entire life. But if I'm being completely honest with myself, without overthinking, but perhaps overanalyzing, I'm still trying to overcome the fact you didn't want him or me to be, and something inside me wishes I could make your wish come true. Because who wants to be somewhere they're not welcome? So I don't call anymore. I only respond to text just to keep the war from breaking out today. Just to say, hey, I was checking on you. Because I haven't heard from you in a while, or call me when you get some free time, and that time never being worth it. Because the cash apps keep coming through. So I shouldn't have nothing to say, or I guess I should just be okay with you being a provider, because that's what men are supposed to do, right? Because the emotional neglect today is cheaper than the therapy we never get. Because it's easier to move on when you don't have to look your son in his eye or his mother in hers. Because obligation love isn't the same as unconditional love. Trust me, I know that one all too well. It's as deep as the earth's core because I love you that way. And that may be why I just rather not. I just rather stop. I just rather God show me how to stop loving you. Because today is just not a good day for a war to begin. Because I gladly stand on the front line. Because love is worth fighting for. But then again, why bother going to war when I could just love again? Yes, ma'am.
Beautiful. That's beautiful. That is really beautiful. Like I was telling Taekwondo. All right. We are back. Bottom Up Podcast. I'm Serica, your host. We got your co-host here, Shakay. Listen, this is a very special episode because we have a special guest in the building, Ms. Rose Kennedy from the Tiger Trail Festival. But as y'all know, before we get started, we always like to give y'all something. This is where we talk about all things black people, black excellence, black joy, you know, the good stuff. But before we started, we want to make sure we give you something to think about. This is a good one because when I seen this, I said, hey, I want y'all mind to be blown too. So, roll the clip.
And if I said Jesus not only get in the way of you honoring your ancestors, he's also getting in the way of you honoring your ancestral birthrights. Yeah, because you're so busy calling your ancestors demonic and demons, you can't even get the spiritual knowledge, not understand that they use these spiritual gifts to help free us, to help fight, to help resist. Can't even tap into the legacy of our ancestors, your lineage, because you too busy calling them demons, calling demonic. This is spiritual warfare. It is. How do you think they got through that? Listening to the white man? Everything our people did was demonic and bad, but everything they did is of God and holy. Ooh, rituals are witchcraft. Putting food on an altar to your ancestors is demonic, but you take a styrofoam wafer and some grape juice every month. That's stale cracker to represent body and blood in a ritualistic setting. But that's holy. Conjuring a spirit of your ancestors is demonic. Speaking a language that nobody understands is demonic, but you catch the Holy Ghost and speak in tongues. And that's a gift from God. Bestowed upon, I just caught it from white Jesus. Getting a dream, seeing a vision, divination, all of that, it could be the devil leading you astray. But over here on a pulpit, a man laying a hand on your forehead, all of a sudden he's telling you what's going on. That's the gift of prophecy. Oh, that's the gift. But over here, you're just going to the devil. You're just dreaming about the devil. Why isn't it our ancestors got gifts? Harriet Tubman, she used to pass out, right? And she would get visions, and she was helping a whole bunch of people to freedom. Was it not spiritual gifts helping our people fight spiritual warfare? Is it possible that they wanted us to denounce our spiritual gifts because then it would make the spiritual warfare easier for them? Would it not make them easier to fight the war and win all the battles if we not tapped into what we know how to do? And how we know how to combat this shit? Let's get into white Jesus for a moment, because it's really not even Jesus' fault. It's y'all perception of Jesus. Perception of Jesus. Perception of how a bunch of men wrote a book because they didn't let no books, in any essays or any prophecies written by women in the book. You know that, right? It's really the perception of Jesus, because if you really wanted to connect with Jesus, you could understand that Jesus was most likely Palestinian.
Book of Revelation.
Jesus would have been a brown Arab man where Palestine's at right now, but you so connected to Jesus. You know Jesus so well that the country that's over there that's obliterating the people that would have been around Jesus, you support them because they got the Holy Land. They're the holy people. You don't even know Jesus. Do you know Jesus? Because if you knew Jesus, you would know that that's not right. But do you know your perception of Jesus? You know their perception of Jesus. And because you know their perception of Jesus, you know their perception of God. You know their perception of your spiritual gifts. You know their perception of how they see the demon in you. And therefore you see their perception, how you see the demon in your ancestors.
Well, that's where we are with it. I said, let's start this thing off with a little controversy here. So I follow this guy, the Grits and Egg podcast, Deontay Kyle, right? So Deontay Kyle said something that Jesus is getting in the way of you connecting with your ancestors because you see your ancestors as demonic. So then I seen her break this down, and I say, well, let me bring it to the Bottom Up Podcast and see what people think about it. What y'all think? I'm just putting it out there. What y'all think?
I don't know. It makes you think.
I think it do. I think it's supposed to make you think.
It makes you think.
It's supposed to make you think. She was touching a lot of good points. She was making a lot of good points about a lot of the things that we've been taught through Christianity. We've been taught through tradition. We've been taught from our elders about how we express who we are to our people, how Jesus has saw us through and amen about that. But I don't know. What's your, everybody has their own spiritual journey, right? For me.
And I feel like, your spiritual journey is the connection that you have with God. Like, because sometimes our conversations, they go a little different from what the older church people would think that our conversations. So I think definitely like those spiritual connections are personal. And I don't think everybody has the same connection. Because like sometimes, we be battling and he say some things, like, all right, cool. And some things, he be saying, they might not sound like what he be saying to my auntie, because he talked to me different. So
I think, a lot of the conversations around religion, because religion is one of those things that divides people. It divides people. It makes people feel like, hey, if you're speaking a certain way, or if you're saying a certain thing or doing a certain thing, it's blasphemy, you're going against God. So a lot of these conversations aren't had in our community because it's just supposed to be, you just do it.
That's what my church is going through right now, because the senior pastor was fired.
How you fire a pastor?
What God sent you. What you got in front of the congregation and told that God sent to you. We got a text message Saturday before church Sunday that our pastor was let go and just trusted, and that was it. That's all we got. So definitely those conversations just about Christianity or different beliefs or how it's taught or how it's reciprocated, those conversations are like really heavy. And just watching Pastor on podcast on the Breakfast Club, he didn't even know he was fired until we got that text message. I think like 6 o'clock. It was like a blast text message that the pastor will no longer.
So do y'all is there something set up to where y'all could talk about hey, what happened? Or you just got accepted?
Well, the bishop got in front of the church and said, don't question it.
Oh.
Yeah, it was like, don't question it.
Oh.
So, yeah, that's basically what we got was like, he just doing what God told him to do. So it's like, you brought this man to us, and I wasn't heavy on church. Like I'm, getting into my spiritual journey, and to see that happen, and you hear about those things in the church, but to see that happen with no explanation, I didn't question my faith. I just, you have to know that pastor that was fired told us you got to know your institution, because churches are institutions, because they're nonprofit organizations. You got to know who you're tied into, and this and that, and that's the things that he was teaching us. And then 3 months later, to get a text message from the bishop that he was let go is it was kind of crazy for us. So now me, who don't have a church home, who was looking to be more spiritually involved, get closer, get a better connection, understand the Bible more, this pastor was actually teaching that and had me ready to go to church. Like me and my girls, we was meeting up, racing to church, seeing who get there first and everything. And then for that to happen and to be told,
don't question it. Yeah. Do you think that's Rose? Do you think? I mean, I want to hear your insight on it. What did you think?
Honestly, it's not something that I talk about because I feel like, and I'm going to stick with what I've been taught, that God is not the author of confusion. So it's not something I'll just sit here and chat about. It's not a discussion for me.
Okay. So listen, this is how I have this conversation with people. I say that with this podcast, it's really open for people to talk about however they feel, whether they feel a way or they don't feel a way. This conversation was important to me because it was like on my timeline. It came up on my timeline, and I'm always challenging my way of being and showing up in the world, especially when it comes to anything considering making people think you have a voice or a platform. I want to be very clear that, you know, God is not the author of confusion.
So let's talk about how good God is. Let's talk about
God is not
about that.
the author of confusion.
My senior pastor just got fired.
Yeah, pastor. But you know, listen. The thing, pastors get fired all the time, right? That's man, right? And these institutions in the church and all of these things that you know, abide by some authority from God is all man-made. These things are man-made. I mean, the Bible, if we look at the Bible, who wrote the Bible? King James? Do we know who King James is and what King James is? I know King James was a vicious, nasty pedophile. That's who King James was, but he wrote the Bible, and these are the things that we read, right? When it comes to the Bible, and I'm always looking at, you know, I grew up, my grandma told me, don't question God. Don't question God. I grew up, don't question God. Well, if I don't question God, where do I get the answers from? Because man is going to lead me wrong every time. Man going to tell me what he want me to know every time. The motive for man is based on his own personal gain. And y'all saw the Book of Eli with Denzel Washington. Did you watch that movie?
I didn't.
Did you see that movie, Book of Eli? Okay, in the Book of Eli, Steph, did you see that movie? Book of Eli, the Book of Eli, there was wars. It was like the end of the world. And Eli was actually blind throughout the entire movie, but you didn't know because of the way he was walking and he was guided. But there was wars going on, and they were all looking for this book. I mean, vicious wars, fighting, killing, and everything. And they were looking for the book. The book they were looking for was the Bible. The reason this man was killing all these people and going up because of the Bible, because he understood that the Bible can control people. So Denzel was getting the Bible to, I think it was like this, the Congress, the library or whatever, and he was making it part of history. And then they actually wrote his book, like the Book of Eli, into it. So it became something that was preserved, the book of Eli. So I'm all for like having conversations, because I think when it comes to any conversation in this life, anything that we run away from destroys us.
Yeah.
Anything that we run away from destroys us. But all right, let's get it going. We have a guest, Miss Rose Kennedy, with Tiger Trail Festival. Yes. Right? Yes. So, Steph, we got some Tiger Trail images up. Let's put them up. And we're going to let Ms. Rose talk to us about the Tiger Trail and what's going on with the Tiger Trail. Long-standing Tiger Trail. How long the Tiger Trail been going?
Well, 30 years.
30 years.
Give or take a few years, they've taken off, but 30 years.
30 years. A 30 year.
1995.
1995.
1995 was a good year. That was the Million Man March.
That was the Million Man March.
Million Man March.
Yeah. Okay. 30 years. Okay, so 30 years, Million Man March, Tiger Trail Festival. Yeah. Who started the Tiger Trail Festival?
So it was started, Blanche Lee class of 1970, Ed Phillips as the president. That's how it was started.
Ed Phillips is your uncle?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. My mom's brother.
Your mom's brother. Okay. Me and Mr. Phillips got a bit of history. I know him though.
Don't leave them with everybody.
We got a bit of history, but I have attended a couple of the Tiger Trail Festival. So tell people, how do they get involved with the Tiger Trail Festival? What is the reason for the Tiger Trail Festival?
So the reason for the Tiger Trail, well, the mission that I've brought into is for community. For the community, just seeing people together, whether it's in the planning stages or in the actual events. People can get involved. We need volunteers. We need sponsors. We need donors. They can go on our website, tigertrailfestival.com,
Okay, so the website, Tiger Trail Festival, you say you guys need volunteers, sponsors. So how would somebody volunteer? What would they be volunteering for?
So for volunteering, we definitely need day of the street festival because that's the event that I chair. So we do need volunteers. So on the day of, we need people, just like street staff. You know, because traditionally we never have any, but it's growing. And the more people that come to the festival, I feel like the more eyes we need. BSO is there, security is there, but we should have our own eyes, you know. No bikes, the bathroom is over there. You know, how many parking spaces are available, stuff like that, just to have people on the ground that's willing to, you know, work and have fun.
Okay. Can you work and have fun
Yes,
with
you
it?
can. Because the event is from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., so we would do shifts. Like, I wouldn't ask for somebody to stand in one post for that many hours. That's just too much.
Okay. So the festival is what day?
It's February 21st. It's on a Saturday.
Okay. So you're part of the you're the chair of the entertainment committee, right? So what is the entertainment this year?
So the theme is, and the goal is to do R&B, old school R&B, and hip hop if we have to. So right now we just have a lot of local bands on board. So we're looking for local talent. We're looking for actual local talent. We're going to do something in 2 weeks. We've been just some names that have been thrown out to me for headliners. We're still in the works with that. It's just budget restraints, so it might just be a local show, to be honest.
So how you guys market? Like, how you guys are marketing to get the entertainment? Like, what are you using for marketing?
To get entertainment,
Yeah,
I
like
just
to-
call people.
You just so you,
So that I don't have a marketing strategy to get entertainment because I'm new at this. I was voluntold, so this is my 3rd year doing it. So I'm learning as I go.
I can speak on that.
Yeah.
You was voluntold?
I wasn't voluntold, but
So I'm kind of like, it wasn't my wheelhouse, but I'm learning as I go. For me, just to hear the feedback, I accept it and I just try to make it better the best I can with what I got.
Okay. So I've attended, I do attend the Tiger Trail
Yes,
Festival.
you're a committee member for that.
I do attend. You don't speak a lot at the meetings.
It's nothing to say.
There's nothing to say. Well, I mean, I'm saying that you don't speak a lot because, especially when it comes to the entertainment, that is a big part of the festival. That is a really big part of the festival. So it's actually what draws the most people
Absolutely.
during the month. So you have a very important role in the Tiger Trail Festival, and it's not just one day. The Tiger Trail Festival is throughout the entire month of February, but your part of it has the most people.
Right.
So when I say you don't say much, is I'm looking for the direction because you are the chair. Like, why is that?
Well, we started doing the meetings in June. We started meeting at the Tiger Trail in June. So a lot of the stuff is just repetitive and redundant for me, to be honest. Like, I've done so much research, a lot of research, a lot of phone calls. Like, if I could get paid for my talk time, you know, from talking to people to get them to come on board, I mean, I would be doing pretty penny. But so I've reported some of this stuff to the meeting. So at this point, it's just I'm waiting on funding. So that's why some meetings I just say that, you know, we have a plan, we have a goal, we have a mission for the festival. It's just we're waiting on funds.
Okay.
And I ask for ideas like all the time. Like, I'm open to suggestions. I get what people tell me and I run with it. I try to make the most out of what everybody tell me because I want everybody to feel like they're included in this process, because it's just not me and my idea, because sometimes my idea is not the greatest.
No, I think you do a great job at listening to people, but I don't think people do a good job at listening to you. So you're the chair.
Yeah.
And I 100% agree with the fact that, you know, whatever feedback you have to make it better, but it makes it hard to be a chair when, you know, the redundant speaking isn't heard. And there's nothing to implement. You know, if you're not implementing it, you're just talking.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you this. 3 years, you've been doing it. What do you see this festival going to? If it's the 30 year, what's next for the 30 years?
Honestly, if I could get through this one solidly, I can say like what's next. But for me personally, I see the Tiger Trail continuing, but I don't know what my role would be because it's a lot for me. It's an absolute lot.
What would alleviate?
Support. Like if we had members that come to the meetings, all the meetings, and help, that would like members who could actually support and have strategic plans and can put stuff in place that can actually benefit us. Not come to a meeting, don't come for the next 3 meetings, come to a meeting, ask for suggestions, they just sit in the corner. Like, we need support, like people that really want to do this and want to help us grow. Like, we just don't have the support. Like, you've been to the meetings, the people that's there, they can't really help me. To be honest, they can't.
What type of help do you need?
If somebody that understands how to plan an event, because like I said, I'm new to this and I've just learned on the fly, you know, so somebody who could just say, hey, you do it, because I don't know, like I had the sound guy tell me, you need a stage manager. I'm like, for what? I did not know that, you know what I mean? So it's just like, get a bunch of people together, let's have a party. But no, if I need somebody to help me actually plan it and coordinate it from A to Z. Because what I learned is more than just entertainment. The first year I did over 10,000 steps back and forth up and down MLK Boulevard.
Well, I'm definitely willing to come on and help you with marketing and advertising. I can definitely step up to do that because I said I wanted to be a part of Tiger Trail because, again, you know, we're
and it's free now. We don't get paid.
I understand.
So people that be the biggest thing too. We don't get paid. Like so. It's like, how much energy do you want to put in it for free? And that be my thing. Like, do I really want to keep doing this? You know, it's for free for the community. It's part of giving back.
Well, yeah, I get the free aspect of giving back. However, when I see a 30 years, something going for 30 years, right? Just me, outside looking in, I see something going on for 30 years, If it's going on for 30 years, I'm thinking, hey, it's banking. They got it going on. They got the organization together. So I would love to join something that's been going for 30 years. That's what I would, outside looking in, right? The free part for the community, I don't mind that. Yeah. I think that's a great thing, though. But I've said this at the meeting, so I'm gonna say, I think we lowball ourselves. I think the way the sponsorships and everything, 30 years, something going 30 years, and I know Mr. Phillips said all the time, we are the only street festival in
Yeah, and we don't have sponsors either. We had a couple that dropped off for various reasons, and then I just learned a couple meetings ago that every chair needs to go out and try to get their own funding. So it's like, okay, I could try to get some funding, but you know, it's not easy. And every application that I've turned in, it's like they have 1,000 already. So I just haven't had any luck. But I'm hoping, I'm going to be hopeful that somebody still have the spirit of community and want to help us out and donate.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's why I wanted you to come on, because I think people need to know what is the Tiger Trail, what does it take to put on the Tiger Trail, what is happening, what's the progress with the Tiger Trail. And not only that, me sitting in the meetings, the dynamics in the meetings, out of about 40 people in the meeting, 8 of them are my age, your age, younger.
I'm probably the youngest.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's on us, right? Because we'll complain.
I invite people all the time. I do.
We'll complain. We'll say, hey, well, they ain't doing this, or why this, or that's that. And we say, you know, we love to get on social media after something going on and talk about how everything was bad and horrible and they should do this and that, right? But then when it comes time to actually do the work, people quiet, right? Don't nobody show up.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think this is an important thing, because with something that's a 30-year, that's based in Pompano, that is built around the African American experience. Now more than anything, in any time, it's important for people to step up to preserve our culture and history, because it is aggressively being targeted to be wiped out, to be ignored. So if we don't do something, then it will be forgotten. It will be forgotten. Well, let me ask you this: if you had a wish list of what would you need to make this year a success, the next one a success?
A lot of money.
A lot of money.
Because I can pay everybody. And it won't always be a fight for, the student community, or can you help us out for free? I can pay somebody to do, great graphic work on designs or something like that. But it takes money to put this on. It takes money from not even just the artist standpoint. I'm talking about the planning, the permitting, the insurance, the BSO security. It takes money to put it on.
So how does the Tiger Trail operate? If it takes money, what is the budget? If there's a budget, then why isn't it big up? Because
that I'm using what we have and the money that we have for the money that was raised and the money from the gala. So that's why I said the entertainment just is going to be all local, because based on what we have, we're just going to stick within that budget.
And let's talk about the gala.
And I think it'll still be a very successful event, because it's going to be a grand old block party, old school. We're going to do it. But yes, we can talk about the gala, because it is our fundraising event for the street festival.
Is that the only fundraising event you guys have? How often do you guys run events for fundraising?
So, yes, we do the 5K run, which there's an application fee for that. And that event is kind of low budget, so we do kind of make money off of that too. But the main money is from the gala. That's our fundraising event.
So for the whole year, you guys run 2 events?
No, we have 8 events for the month.
8 events for the month?
And 2 or 3 of them make the money, yes.
Okay. So for the whole year, in which months do you guys run the fundraising to?
Only in February.
Only in February. So that's where it looks like a piece of structure needs to come in, because if money is an issue, it needs to be a plan of, we have a whole year to plan the festival for the year. So fundraisers or sponsorship events should be happening throughout the year for funding from each chairperson. So if you're doing entertainment, you can put together, we're going to get together, because this is something I definitely want to get into. But as far as you would run events, and then you can ask for sponsorships or run fundraising events so you can make that money. I think because of you guys trying to get so much money in that 1 month to plan a whole festival for the whole month, I think that plays a major role.
That puts too much stress on anybody. I wanted to bring up, because you say that, I didn't know that. You just said that the gala is a fundraiser for the festival.
Yes.
How much are the tickets?
$100.
Okay, that is not a fundraiser. I've said this at the meeting. I'm saying it because when I hear gala, I've been to galas. I pay $500 for a plate at a gala, right? And that's where I say I think we lowball ourselves, especially with this being a 30-year, and the history and the culture and the richness.
When I say I need support that stick, this is what I need. Like, if I had more people in there saying what I'm saying in these meetings, maybe it'll be heard. But it's just me sitting in the corner, barking these ideas out, and everybody looking at me like, oh, well, we've been doing this. But if I had more of a collective approach to this, I think it would work. I mean, I think the committee would listen. It's just me. Like, I'm the youngest one in there, probably.
Think about it. Like, let's do the numbers right here, right quick. Let's just do the numbers.
How do you become a guest at the gala? Like, how do you guys?
They have a whole different chair. They have their whole different marketing. But you can go on our website, TigerTrailFestival.com, and you can purchase a table for $1,000, or you can purchase a ticket.
But what's the advertising for it that we know that this is a fundraiser for?
Well, this year, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So yes, there will be marketing done. It just haven't rolled out yet. But yes, ma'am, I know we're working on it. And we all work full-time jobs, 2, 3, 4 jobs. We're volunteers. We're committee. So we're doing the best we can. I mean, it's been going on this long without me, without, you know, so it'll continue. It'll be, this is what they want to do. So I'm just here for a good time, not a long time.
Oh, okay. So 200. Let's just say the venue holds 200 people.
It actually hosts 350 people.
The venue holds 350 people.
Probably 400 if we see them differently.
Okay. So the max you can get if you sell out all of them is $35,000, right? If at $100, if everybody buy a ticket or
You
whatever.
know, the beauty about that, a lot of people buy tables.
Buy tables. Okay, so let's round that off to a good 45. 45. Let's make 50. Let's stop it at 50. Let's give it.
How many tables, how many seats to a table?
10.
When do you guys?
It's not a discount. No, it's not a discount.
So
Yeah.
it's still on the $35,000 max.
35, right. So let's
And they
say
can purchase ads for the gala book.
When do y'all run these promotions?
We're working on it. I'm not the chair. I sit in on the meetings. I don't get all the information, but it's going to be ran very soon because we're finalizing. Like last year, we did all this in like December. We started we started our meetings in December. So this year, we
yeah,
actually
your mama put me on the just made.
this year we really did get an early start. So I'm actually excited about where this year because it's been a little. Yeah.
Okay.
But we doing the best we can.
Yeah, so let's say this. 350. Let's say we did it at 500. It's $175,000. The gala is the fundraiser. Right? A gala, when you say gala, people automatically think. Otherwise, if it's $100, it's a banquet.
Yeah.
You know, that's a banquet.
Laughed about
Or it's
that
like
too.
Okay.
a car show.
It's
a car show, $100.
No, not what we call it, not a banquet. I forget the name of it, but yeah,
Yeah.
we joke about it all the time.
Yeah, no, it's just because when you say gala, there's a level of prestige, and then there's not only that, there's people knowing that this is a fundraiser.
Right.
Right. So I'm putting this 500 because I know this is going towards the fundraising, right? And I'm saying that because it's not about making something affordable for everybody to be able to come.
Right.
It's about fundraising. You can't try to make something affordable for people to come and fundraise. That these two things are two separate things. So, you know, when it comes to, you know, what works,
Right.
galas work.
Galas work.
They work. We're just not working it the way galas work.
I agree.
You know, we're this community asset. Guess what? If people from the community can't afford to come to the gala, guess what? That's why they go to the concert. It's free, right? And why they go to the walk? That's free, right? This is to raise money. So I want Mr. CEO to come and buy a table for $5,000. I want that because I am raising money to be able to do all the other free stuff.
Right.
You don't get to do free and discount it.
And discount.
You don't. You
Makes
don't
sense.
get to do that. And as someone who produces events and does this type of work, I mean, I'm not just saying, I feel like my voice isn't heard there either, you know? So after a while, I just shut up and go in my corner and do me, you know? But I'm saying it because as much as I love Pompano, as much as I love when we do get together and we have a good time,
Yeah.
the people behind the scenes who make stuff happen, the toll it takes on them is unfair. It's unfair because you keep breaking people down when, you know, you're not showing that their voices are heard to make the changes that's needed. It's going to make things better for you. Think about it. The gala raised to 175. That solves a lot of people's problems.
A lot of problems.
With this, a lot. That solves
no problems.
That's
And
solves
you're
a
able
lot
to
of people's
plan the
problems.
Tiger Trail the way you want to plan. You're able to
Absolutely.
get entertainment, and those vendors who are out there get to make the money back.
Yes.
Because I don't think it's understood what those vendors go through
Yeah.
to be out there,
Okay.
and then
Yeah.
it's no traffic until 6 o'clock. So
4 o'clock.
you've been there since 11 o'clock.
No, 5 in the morning.
Exactly. So definitely the marketing
Yeah, so
and promoting it
this
is
year we definitely have a plan for that with the marketing because we know that's why I just want to start marketing now even without a headliner.
because
Marketing supposed to start in March 2024. March. After once the Tiger Trail ends, the fundraisers is supposed to start because that's when you're getting that, so it's not so much stress on you, and they're able to have a payroll at least for the chair because it's a lot. So fundraising shouldn't start October, and we need $100,000 February. Fundraising and marketing, networking, getting people together, that stuff needs to start the day Tiger Trail, the last day of Tiger Trail. That next meeting, at least 30 days, that next meeting need to be
so it's definitely something that
with the plan of how we're going to do a vision. Because if you guys are trying to do it in October, you claiming everything in there.
I get it, honestly, I do, and it's something that I've heard a lot, but my focus and my goal is right now. Like, if I could just push through this one, like you said, after the next one, if we had a great team to come and say, okay, now it's over with, let's start for next. If, that's what you were thinking. If it happens, it happens. But right now, today, I just need to get through this one.
You sound like you just over.
I just want to get through this one.
Because you sound like you're trying to get in the world.
Because I've, and you know, this is something that we've talked about, like, a lot. Like, people have talked about it a lot. In meetings, out of meetings, side conversations. So it's like, I want to help and support the Tiger Trail. I want people on board to help in the Tiger Trail today. Like, yes, we can talk about what happened 20 years ago. We can talk about what can happen 20 years. What can we right now? What impact can we make? What can we use this platform that we have right now? What can we use it for? What can we do?
So I think what you know, for me, attitude reflects leadership, right? So I look at who's at the top of anything, and then I'm gonna base my input based on that. And right now, what can people do? What can people honestly do?
Right.
Like, if I come to the meeting, if I grab my team right now and say, hey y'all, let's go to the meeting, what difference you think that's gonna make?
It's gonna make, if you want to join the street team, it's gonna make a difference for me, because you don't even have to go to the meetings. We can have our own.
Mm-hmm. So you're saying getting people to join for the festival, actually, for the actual street.
Right. Like, if you want to join a committee and be productive in that committee. You can be on the 5K, be productive in that. Show up to the meetings, call Mr. Greg, ask him what does he need help with. Be proactive in the events that you choose to be on. Just, you know what I mean? Like,
I get it. And let me play a bit of devil's advocate right now. It's hard times right now.
It is very hard.
It's hard times right now.
It
So
is.
getting people to do stuff with their time and ain't no money involved.
Imagine trying to find artists. The headline artists are easy to find. They're a phone call, a push, a text away. These local artists, you got to go out and find them. I have to go out and find them. So that takes time. That takes energy. That takes a lot. So if I had a team, at least we could make it fun. Hey, meet me over here. Let's go here. Because guess what? When I tell people coming, it'll be fun for us, but I still have to put some effort in and especially go find this talent. Even to try to get local headline talent, like national talent, at a decent rate, I still have to go and meet people, talk to people, try to bump into people. You know, it's a lot. It's not easy.
No, it's not easy. And
Just to create a flyer for me is like, takes me 2 days to create a flyer.
It takes you 2 days to create a flyer.
Yes. And then I don't even like it after that. So, you know what I mean? So, but if I had somebody I could say, hey, can you help me with this flyer? No, I don't have anybody to help me. Because people join, I put in a chat, right, for the people who filled out their paper, they say they want to be on the street committee, right? Send a message. You know how many people responded to me? Like, hey, I would like to have a meeting outside of the regular meeting. Nobody. So I just, volunteers help me, please.
Yeah. Well, listen, I'm glad you came on, because I definitely wanted people to, know what's going on, but also know how they can help. And if they want to join, how would they contact you?
They can go on the website, or they can just call me. My cell phone number.
Okay, so on the website, what's the website?
TigerTrailFestival.com. Under Street Festival, it'll have contact us, and it links you to me.
Okay.
Like, if you fill out the form, it links you to me. Or I put my phone number out there. It's okay. Because I'm just, it's okay. They can call me.
Okay, you want to let them know?
Yep, 754-273-2102.
All right. So, listen, I have a video that I want to play. Step, and it says Deerfield. And I want to thank you for coming. I appreciate you. And again, anybody who is wanting to help, support, and get involved with the Tiger Trail Festival, reach out to Miss Rose Kennedy. Rose Kennedy. And make sure you follow what's going on with the Tiger Trail Festival, the gala, and anything else to get involved. All right, so Step, we got that? All right, Step, roll the clip.
We are not one from United to
I guess.
To Columbia.
What class this is?
2016. You can get your teeth done in your body. The right way. Don't go to all them cheap ass countries. Thank you.
Ooh.
Thank you.
What class this is? What happened?
We went to vote. We went to get in. We had the best of both worlds. Thank you.
Thank you.
I was outside and they ain't have no storage on my phone.
So that was the only video.
That's the only thing I got. When I tell you I went,
Okay, have a good one.
when I tell you I went from Deerfield to the Pompano Cowboys homecoming, they still didn't have no footage because they didn't have no storage. Went from there, then I went to the Chiefs homecoming. I went from the Chiefs homecoming, I went back to Deerfield, and then I got home. I came home, I went to sleep in the car.
Okay, listen. You was out all weekend.
I was out all weekend.
Okay.
I was out all weekend.
So tell me, what was the vibe in the community? How was that?
Listen. Everybody was outside. Listen, I called you. Remember I called you earlier? I was like, hold on, wait, there's some stuff going on. I got to get up. Let me go to Deerfield first. When I got to Deerfield, let me tell you something. It's been a Deerfield anything with these weekends with the alumni.
I've been seeing it.
My mama, my mama sent me to Deerfield and to Ely. I got a Deerfield and a Pompano side. You know how you got your mama's side and your daddy's side?
Ghetto on top of ghetto.
Yeah. Ain't you got two sides?
You got two sides too, Step. And one of yours Lauderdale.
I know, right?
Ghetto. Listen, Deerfield, let me tell you, they always have a plan. I have to give it them flowers when they always have a plan. Even from back in the days with their pre-prom, they have some organization going on. They have a plan. The community in Deerfield. Look, and it was like you walked when you got in there. You had your passport, and it was like you went around the country. And you went to Egypt. You went to Colombia.
I seen the little passport. I hate when I do that, put little in front of people's stuff, but passport.
Yeah, so in each country you went to, they either had you take a shot or you had something of their native of the country you was in. And listen, when you got in those tents, you felt the vibe of whatever country you was in. It had the food to match.
Okay.
And, it was a blast. Then I made it back on the Pompano.
Okay.
And that's where all the food trucks was out. I got into Cayuga City. I went there, and with Cowboys game, it was actually a rivalry. It was Pompano Eagles and the Cowboys.
Right.
It was. I got out there. My nephew played the last game. That was their last game.
So who won?
So I think the 8U from the Cowboys won. I did get that. I think the 8U won, and then the last game I got was the 13U, and Eagles won the 13U.
Okay. So I don't know how they're gonna do this because at the commission meeting, Commissioner Darlene Smith from Cayuga City challenged Commissioner Eaton from Pompano Eagles that whoever win will have to wear each other jerseys. So I want to see how that goes.
I think Eagles. I think Rhonda
gonna have to wear
Rodman.
Commissioner Smith gonna have to wear the Eagles. She got to put on the Eagles.
I think the Eagles did what they supposed to do.
That's my commissioner.
Then I made it to the Chiefs homecoming where they did the 70s. And the girls were so cute. I don't have no footage. They had on like they emerald green sequins dresses, and they had like they afro hair, and with the white boots, they were so cute. Because I made it to the primetime game. Because I think like Vice Tribe. I got Vice Tribe. Vice Tribe is the big team at the Chiefs part. Right. So they were like the last game. So it was like the little kids was like the 9 o'clock game. And they
really?
Yeah.
How did it go? How did they do that? Normally it's paid based on your age and
it's different now. So I think those big teams they get to go ahead and play at night. So I think it was Vice Tribe I made it to. Their little cheerleaders were so cute. Oh my God, they had like their little sequins dress. It was cute. I have no footage. I have none. Okay. And that was the tea. That's the tea that went on this weekend. I just didn't have I have no storage. I got storage now, and I invested in one of those little cameras because I seen the girls out there with the they're so little and cute. So I have some footage next time. I have a lot of footage now. Okay. I got places to go. I got things to do when I go to these places now.
Okay. So listen, I wasn't in town this past weekend. And came back and got sick because I went to ATL stuff. I got some ATL stuff put up. Let me tell you about my weekend, right? Because I just needed to get away. Honestly, it was just me like, let me get away. Hooked up with Sharon,
my sister cuz.
Yeah, and we went to ATL. We drove.
We gotta go to Waycross.
Waycross?
Yeah, small town sneak poetry. I just told my cousin I want to go to Waycross because my cousin has like a Victorian house, like the old house with the porch, the yard. Love it. And it's small towns need poetry too. And it's a small town in Georgia. Okay. Very small. And I want to go. Okay. And it's getting cool, so it won't be so hot.
That right there.
That look good.
Them honey butter. See, I went to this restaurant. Cause we ate. When I'm out, I eat. I
What's
went to this restaurant. Toast on Lennox.
Toast on Lennox.
Sharon picked it. She seemed to know where all the stuff at, So we went there, right? Honey butter biscuits, killed it, right? Listen. The Biscoff French toast, right? Stuff. And I got it because it's trademark, right? It got the little
ice cream.
No, that's just cream. Is that just cream? Whipped, like a vanilla whipped cream on? Man, listen. And I'm not a big sweet person. But that, yeah.
Oh, you got down. Cause that's like some crab. That's crab cakes.
Crab cakes, yo.
Oh, this all the stuff he was naming to me. He was like, I had the honey biscuits.
Yeah, this is cause see, these was like the appetizer, the biscuits, and then we split. You know, 1 and 1. You know, it was good. It was. Listen, I ate everything, the arugula and the everything. I ate everything. You hear me?
It's the arugula.
Everything, baby. So.
Back to the
Hot honey wings.
It came now.
Okay, listen. Them things right there.
Them things look good.
Listen. The crunch on them.
Let me tell you how I eat my chicken.
I'm waiting.
I break it in that flat part.
Uh-huh.
I put it all in my mouth.
The whole thing?
And I pull the 2 bones out.
That's how you supposed to do the flats.
Like pull the 2 bones out. But I hate when somebody catch me doing it. So when we be at Hooters, I try not to let you see me do it.
Girl, everybody looking at you. I ain't looking at you eat. I'm trying to listen, cause the hot honey wings, I wanna try. I wanna know, do Hooters got hot honey?
I don't know, but we can go find out.
We can definitely go find out.
We can definitely find out.
I also went to Alpharetta, right? So Alpharetta is where the master developer for the city of Pompano, who's building the downtown. So they built a development in Alpharetta called Halcyon. So I got some of that. Put view. There's some view. I got some pictures from that. So we went and checked it out. And you know, I'm obvious. I said, you know what? Let me go check out and see what they got going. What they're capable of. What can they do? What did they build in the area? And I mean, don't get me wrong. I really wasn't trying to do too much work because it was my little getaway or whatever. But I thought it was a good experience to see and catch the vibe and energy or how going on. And me and Sharon went up there, right? And let me tell you, Georgia is very hilly. It's just hilly and a lot, right? So this video, right? This is the like green space area. Behind me is this like what do you call it? Like it's like a hall, a food hall, right? And there's all these like different little restaurants and bars and stuff in there, right? And there's these garage doors that they let up, and you can see out. So it was a vibe.
That's a vibe.
It was nice, like, and I'm like, oh, I could see Pompano having a little something like that, and then, cause you see out there is green space, like it was kids out there playing.
They talk about when they be showing like the vision, and they talk about the green space. So this is the green. Okay.
I mean, it gives you the concept of it. So you know, so. That's a great. There was a guy out there playing on the guitar music or whatever, and then there was these kids, and I think I got some pictures too, Steph, that say view as well, and you know there was like a little sand pit where the kids were out there playing in the sand, and it was like the turf and people sitting, family. It was a meeting space for like everybody. I'm talking about little kids to everybody, right? So you know me, look, I need to talk to, I see some black people. It ain't no pictures.
They ain't come through good. They found corruptors.
Oh, okay. Well, there was a black couple, right, walking by, right? And you know me, hey,
come on, talk to me.
Can I talk to y'all for a minute? Like, do y'all come here often or whatever? So it was a couple, and they was like, yeah, you know, we came for the CT Cantina. It's a Mexican restaurant, so good. Listen, and you could get drinks to go, but they come in like a can, like they make it, but then they put it in this thing and they put like this lid on top of it, like a soda can, and you. Listen, I had a margarita. I'm just letting you know that place, and it's got one in Dania Point, so I'm gonna ride down there and see if they give me the same thing they gave me when I was in Alpharetta, right? But it was really good.
And I met up with Danielle with Roca Point. She's over government relations and stuff with Roca Point. So her and her husband Brendan, they came and, you know, sat down with Sharon and I, you know, talked to us about the space and area, the restaurants and different things. And all of the restaurants there were local people. Like everything, the boutiques were like hyper local. So that was what like intrigued me, because I'm like, you know, one of the big things I'm wanting to see is local participation with the downtown project. So I want to walk into a place like that and see, okay, Exit 36 East. I want to see, you know, Murdoch got a spot. I want to see certain things. Hibachi. Yeah, I want to see these things in there. And then, you know, everybody can't be in there, but I want to see us in it, right? And then the couple that I talked to, they were like, you know, the day that we were there, it was like it was busy, but they say it's normally busier. There's normally a lot of people there, but it was a good experience for me to see the capabilities. And they had another green space that was, you know, over by between two restaurants and stuff. So it was a good experience to see, like, okay, something that this master developer has already built. And the difference is that development that didn't have like the public-private partnership where like they were working with the city and the CRA. Like here, that's their own. They built that, right? And they've had these townhomes on one side. They had these apartments there. So like the apartments overlooking like the green space. You could see. So it's like, you know, that, hey, look, now,
and I've been looking at a few of their videos of their vision, and I see that vision, and to see it here, like something we can enjoy, I'm here for it. I want to be here for it.
Listen, I'm working on making sure we be here for a step.
Versus me having to go to Delray to enjoy it, or Fort Lauderdale to go to Los Angeles.
That's why we in these classes.
Oh, I love
That's why we in these classes.
That's why we in these classes.
The Will in Motion videos. So we've been going to the Will in Motion, y'all. The Will in Motion is a small business series. Yeah. And it's going on now. Last night we were at McNair Park.
Candace just say Pompano Cowboys.
She said Pompano. We were at Pompano Cowboys.
Who was at Pompano Cowboys?
We was at Pompano Cowboys. So she put on a really great, educational, engaging. Like we were in it, and she. First, I've worked with Candace.
I grew up with Candace.
Right? So I grew up with her too. So, but I've worked with her in a professional setting, especially when it comes to teaching. How she is in there, that's not new.
Right.
You know, that's not new. That she is excited about educating us. And it shows. It comes through.
And we don't get mediocre in there.
No.
We don't get just a little bit. She gets down to the nitty gritty. Like she breaks it down to. I went home after that first after that first meeting. I went home because that packet, it has you to write out 7 layers of why. And I think sometimes when we go get these business, like she say, we just ran to go get an LLC. And I've always wanted to do the marketing network. I didn't even know to call it consultant work. And as I was trying to explain it, just that class, now ask me what I want to do, or ask me the structure of my business, or ask me my plan. I can give it to you because she set that foundation, and I was able to go back and list it how I wanted. I didn't even know how I wanted to work my nonprofit. I didn't know how I was going to implement my nonprofit and my business together.
Right.
And that class, it gave me that foundation to now I can talk about it comfortably without trying to find the words to say what it is I want to do.
Right.
So when I leave there, I'll be on fire, and I call everybody who's supposed to be in there.
Right.
And I'll be like, oh yeah, you missed it, and why you weren't there? And yeah, I be calling them
because it's free.
It's free. It ain't.
Listen, the work, you still got to do the work.
Yeah.
You still got to do the work because she in there, and I'm telling you, I was sick. I'm getting over, but I still made my way there.
You did. I didn't think I
because
was gonna see you.
I was like, this is something that, I've been working with Lotus Mindset, and because Candace is part of Lotus Mindset, and we're in these meetings and we're working with the city to make sure we are prepared for these opportunities, because a lot of times what happens in this city, the city say they putting on this stuff or whatever, nobody shows up.
Nobody shows up.
They're put out an RFP where we ain't getting it. Well, you ain't first got your business tax receipt, you ain't got these things, and then we can't just expect people to give us stuff because ain't nobody giving nothing away, So we're
put in the work.
We're in these meetings and we're putting this together and making sure, we're coming to the community. We're coming to the community and saying, hey, here is what you need. This is the education. This is the opportunity. Come. And even if it's just you showing up and getting the knowledge and then deciding later what you want to do, being in the room is important.
It's important.
You got to be in the room. And I'm excited because we doubled our attendance last night.
Last night, it was a lot of people in there. You know what? I want to thank you guys for that vision you put together, because the vision that your team had for that Wheel of Economics, listen, it's well thought out. It's put together, and the information is very informative. And I'm ready for the next class.
Because we need it. We need it. And I'm not just saying as I'm showing up in the meeting, I've been in business with the Round Table Project over 11 years, and I've started multiple other businesses since then that some have still succeeded and failed, but I'm never not in a position to learn. Right. I'm a student to life. I'm a student to my craft and everything that I'm doing, and I'm always wanting to be the example. I can sit and tell people, hey, we need to do this and do this and do this, or y'all need to do this and do this and do this, but no, I'm gonna do it, because the last thing I want anybody to say is that they gave Serica something. Ain't nobody give me a damn thing. I get up sick, tired, grieving, whatever, and show up, because this is what I want for my life, for my children, for my grandchildren, for my great grandchildren. I gotta do it, right?
Right. So I appreciate, like I said, all it takes is that one person that you see that potential in, or that you see where you can grow.
Right.
They have something to give to you to grow, to elevate you to the next level. And again, I know you get tired of me saying this, but I appreciate you.
Yes, I do get tired of you saying it, and you said it again, so okay. I appreciate you. I do. I'm telling you, because a lot of stuff that was supposed to get done this week with the podcast, if it was on me, it wouldn't have got done. I'm telling you, it would not have got done. So thank you for stepping up and taking the initiative and doing the things that help me, get the rest I need. Okay, so let's do this. We're going to pivot right quick because we got a few minutes and we need to touch on our city commission. We need to touch on them right quick. So there, y'all know, remember when I came and told you we was meeting and they had the censure meeting where they were going to talk about censuring the district commissioner, Commissioner Fezzik. Listen, what happened is what I told you was going to happen.
This is what I want to get a better understanding of. When they're censured, is it like, what is it? Help me understand that. Now, probably some more people need to understand it. What happens when a commissioner is censured?
A censure is a public reprimand. So they use it in Congress mostly. I've never seen it used in local government, but it is a form for legislative bodies to censure people who are out of line, who may do something inappropriate. You can censure your peers, but it has to be voted on, and you have to have the majority to vote. So what happens on a congressional level is your censure it goes on your record. It's a you could lose voting on certain chairs. Like if you're chair of this committee or chair of that committee, you won't be able to be on those committees, and your constituents won't have that representation. So far as with the city of Pompano, it was the first time a censure had been brought up, you know. So the censure reprimand would have been uncharted territory here of what all it was going to be, which I told you it wasn't going to go through because she gets the vote on her censure, and it's a 3-3, right? So it wasn't, you know, it was a formality, actually. Now, I do want to touch on, this. The vice mayor gave her point of view from the censure, right? It's a vice step. And it's important that I bring this up because, again, the vice mayor is a heartbeat away from being the mayor, you know? Like, if she decides she wants to run for mayor, she can, okay? But vice mayor, in the event the mayor's not there, then the vice shows up. Step, roll the clip.
Thank you. I too hate where we're sitting today. I have a different perspective. I put this situation squarely on the shoulders of two men that sit up here most of the time, although one of them isn't here very often. So there is an absolute lack of leadership in this city, and it is so apparent to us sitting up here and to the residents of this city. So, Mayor, you can say what you want about getting along, and you can act like it pains you to do this, but that's not what people are seeing, and that's not the reality that you are posting online and that you are living. You are out there outwardly campaigning and posting her opponent's name saying, can't wait to work with someone else. So you can't sit here out of one side of your mouth and say you want to get along and work together while you're out there doing that, and you're stoking the division, and you are creating this void of leadership here in the city. You're right, you went online and called our names a bunch of times. I get it, we're public officials, you can do whatever you want, but someone said it right. What you ended up doing at that moment was, because it was related to the general employees contract, you weaponized the city employees against us. We were told, videos playing of these three commissioners, and you're not gonna get your Christmas bonus because of them, because they have questions. So you are the manipulator of this system. Then you weaponize them to your advantage. Today, you want to be the hero for the city employees. But I think a lot of us see right through that and a lack of leadership because you talk out of both sides of your mouth. Exactly. The other person who I'd like to speak to today is never here. And sorry, I think there's a family situation and I feel bad, but it is a constant pattern that we have an absent city manager. So the city manager reports to us, and when it comes down to it, this is 100% his responsibility. The employees need to go to him, and he needs to answer to us. And it's not working for anybody. He's not working for us. He's not getting answers to our questions. He is absent. There's a double standard up here. And then I hear it. I feel for the employees, but they go to him, and he clearly can't solve their problems either, because he's got a culture in this organization and here that is not working. There is an absolute lack of leadership from our city manager also, because someone pointed this out, that people who work for the city at times come off as too personally invested in a project. And that is not, people see it and hear it. You can't fight for a project when you work for the city. You give the facts, and then we make the decisions. I worked for Boeing back when we were working the 737 MAX, and I can tell you, when people lose perspective and are emotionally invested in a project, it doesn't go well. So our city manager has who's never here, it's be honest, is setting the tone in the city, and he is not doing his job for half of us up here, and it's not working in the city. So I feel bad for the employees. I do. I feel bad that they're being manipulated depending on the mood that the mayor's in. And I feel bad that people have to go online and see their name. I feel bad for all of us because we have personal lives and we have families that we love and we care about, and no one wants to see any of this. I mean, Paul, you're my neighbor. Like, we wave hi to each other every morning. I want the best for you. We don't control other people's behaviors, unfortunately. And we live in this world now that it is not the world that I would pick to live in or raise kids in, but it's where we're at right now. So I guess all I can say is that it's incumbent on each of us to try to do a little better each day. And not just to say we're going to do better, and not just to say it pains us to sit here and do this, but to actually walk the walk and maybe slightly change some of your behaviors to actually show it. But when it comes down to it, for me, this is freedom of speech is a personal page, and you said it over and over, Mayor, personal page, personal page, personal page, personal page. I mean, I would not choose to do the same things necessarily, but you have the right to type.
All right. So I played that because, again, the vice mayor, heartbeat away from being the mayor. And that comment came about the censure of her colleague, Commissioner Fezzik. Nowhere in that 4-minute speech did she address what Commissioner Fezzik did. Nowhere. And, you know, when we're talking about leadership, and she spoke about the lack of leadership from 2 men, the reason they were let's stay on topic. The reason they were having that conversation is because of what her colleague did, Commissioner Fezzik. But she said it's 2 men's responsibility. They're the ones, the reason. So you can't control people's actions, but the mayor and the city manager is responsible for what her colleague is doing. You know, talking out of both sides of your mouth. You know, like at any opportunity she gets, she targets the city manager and the mayor. Every time she gets an opportunity, she is going to put it on the city manager and completely absolve the person who did wrong.
I had to sit up because, like, what?
Like, everything she was saying, she was talking about the city manager, talking about the mayor, like, and I'm like, we're not talking about him. This is about Commissioner Fezzik, and this is why I say that that leadership that she's talking about, that she's looking for from other people, she's not even presenting it herself. She's not even being the leader that she's asking them to be.
At all.
She's not being fair. It's like talking about hypocritical. As far as Commissioner Fezzik goes, it's childish. It is childish, it's immature, it's unprofessional, it's hypocritical. It is it's satire at this point. It's to me, I feel like it's just Love and Hip Hop.
It's crazy work. It's crazy work.
You know, and then this is the thing, you're sitting in positions of power and of authority, and they're saying these things, and you know, that was a censure, you know, so that we knew it was going to fail because she can vote on it or whatever. It didn't absolve her from voting, but the vice mayor sat up there and made this be about what Mr. Harrison was doing and what Rex was doing. And listen, I'm not advocating for either of them, but we're talking about what she did. And you want to talk about what 2 other people are doing. Like, tell me, how does that make you a leader? How?
Unless you condoning what she doing.
That's what she's doing. She condoning.
Only you have to be condoning what she's doing for you not to see it. Because honestly, both sides, if technically, they both doing the same thing. Like, so
if you can't find fault in what she's doing, and you feel sorry for it, they weaponize the city employees against you. No, I remember that meeting, clear as day. Y'all voted no on everything except the skate park, almost like it was rehearsed. Like they voted no on everything. Everything failed. Because if it's a 3-3, it fails. Y'all took that out because y'all had questions. But then when it came back, y'all had questions. Let me tell you. They had questions about the collective bargaining agreement. That meeting that they came back to do, that special meeting that came back to start working on the questions that they had, they went into the shade meeting, which that's the meeting that they just go into the room. It's recorded, but we can't go in there. Ask me how long they was in there.
How long they was in there?
They was in there for 7 minutes.
Talking about what?
The questions they had.
What questions they had?
About the collective, I don't know, because I haven't, but what I'm saying is, if it took you guys 7 minutes in there to ask those questions, to get an understanding, to come back and then vote the way you need to vote, you could have did that then. But y'all wanted to make a point. Y'all wanted to take a stance and show the power that y'all have when y'all vote no on everything and stop progress. That's just the part when I feel like, she be calling people dumb without saying they dumb. You know, like you had questions. You couldn't have had questions if it took you 7 minutes in the shade room to come back and then vote yes and then give a speech about, your family and everything. Like, no, that was not about questions. That was a political play. That was power, abuse of power, actually. And at no point do I take what she's saying as sincere. It is not sincere, because at no point can you sit here and say that the topic right here, we're talking about what Commissioner Fezzik is doing. You're talking about what everybody else is doing.
Everybody else
and then say it's a First Amendment. It's a First Amendment, but Steph, how many times they done brought up the podcast on that dais? Weekly. Like every time they bring up the podcast. And now the First Amendment comes up. Now the First Amendment gets to be thrown out there as if people can say what they want on their personal page. On their personal, but y'all been slaughtering the podcast for months now. Every opportunity, matter of fact, we went at the workshop. She brought up the podcast then. And I'm like, listen, come on the podcast. Come on the podcast. Y'all keep bringing up the podcast. Y'all now First Amendment because it's y'all the one that's saying stuff. Mm-hmm. Because it's y'all the one that's on the hot seat. Every time, it does not fail. Every time something happens in this city and we do it, it's a problem. But when they do it, it's a right. It's a right.
It's the amendment.
I'm like, come on, man. Look, y'all can say what y'all want, but the climate, if you're not paying attention to what's happening in the city of Pompano, if you're not paying attention with what's happening with these commissioners, you are being led astray. You are being led astray. You are letting people smile and take pictures and kiss the babies, and you think that means they care. They do not.
Election year coming up.
They do not. Like, they finna bring out the turkeys.
Listen.
They finna make sure, especially now because food stamps got cut off. So y'all, hey, listen.
Yeah, we got food vouchers.
They gonna be doing all kind of stuff, but I'm telling you, when they get on that dais, the way they vote is not in your favor. I'm not telling you this because I like them or dislike them. I really don't have a personal feeling for them because they are supposed to be doing a job. They are public servants, okay? They're elected officials. They serve at the pleasure of the people. I'm not pleased. If you serve at the pleasure of the people, I'm not pleased. And then anytime I say something or speak on my personal podcast, on my personal page, on my personal thoughts, they bring it up on the podcast. Bring it up there on the dais. The podcast. The podcast. The podcast. But she had nothing to say about the commissioner.
Nothing.
Who goes on social media and it's almost like it's her opportunity to perform. Like they all perform, listen, but no, Steph, put up the workshop. Put up the workshop. It's some images from the workshop. So we did a workshop. The city did a workshop on the downtown on Monday.
On Monday.
Okay, at what time?
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock in the morning.
Monday morning on 9 o'clock.
Monday morning, 9 o'clock, because that's when they was available. They want transparency. They want the community to have input. They want people to be involved. And the meeting was set up at 9 o'clock because that's when the commission was available. You see, it'd be like, they be talking out of both sides of their mouth, right? They workshop. So they workshop the downtown project, all right? And she brought up the podcast. She said the podcast. And I was like, and I'm like, y'all ain't got nothing else to say. I'm going workshop. I'm like, okay, so they went and workshop and they talked about the Pat Larkins. There was questions about the Pat Larkins, of whether to relocate it or whatever. And listen, I would say this. I actually was agreeing with the vice mayor at the workshop. And now she changed her tune. Because everything she was saying, it's almost like I feel like she was watching the podcast at some point. And then now her tone changed a little bit around the Pat Larkins a little bit. But nonetheless, I agree with her. I agree with her stance on it. And I think the community needs time to have real conversations around what is expected and what we want to see with Pat Larkins. Having that conversation and making that decision based off what a few people want, that's for the community, is not fair. And she was she was correct. She asked if it's going to look like we slighted the Northwest if we don't do this, right? And not that the commissioner would do that intentionally. There's a district commissioner, Perkins, like she's doing it because that's what the widow, the family, they asked for. And then, the people she's listening to, that's what they're saying, okay? Again, a small group of people can't make the decision for the entire community, right? So this was all who was in the meeting. It was some other people up on the other side, but I was there, and I would tell you this, that I agreed with her on her stance on the Pat Larkins, and I think there needs to be time set aside to the community so they can know, because right now
the community, ain't nobody what the community is for.
Yeah, I was there.
Where the community people?
Stacy.
I see Stacy.
Stacy was there. She spoke because she's been doing the design sessions about what a new Pat Larkins could look like. So she did speak. And I just think it's, more conversation needs to be had around Pat Larkins because it's a community center. It's not the family center. It's not Pat Larkins' widow's decision. And that's no disrespect, to her or to his legacy. It's just does this center serve? It doesn't even serve the community fully now, you know, of what it can do if we built new, better. It's always booked up, you know, and we got 2 flex rooms. There's a lot of things that could be done different. And you think about the downtown. I don't know if did I share what that design looked like, what they showed, what the new, it's gonna be at the meeting on Wednesday, next week Wednesday. The concept of this new city hall, and y'all talking about keeping the padlocks.
I said that I want to, when you walk in, you touch the stuff, all the technology stuff. I think, like, we need content creator rooms. Like, it's more than football and basketball. Yeah. It's more than football and basketball. Like we really have some talented kids, like, and they're not exposed to that stuff because those conversations aren't had or that stuff isn't talked about in our community. And it's like that stuff is instilled in those kids. Everybody can't make it to the NFL. No. Everybody's not everybody's not going to make it to the NFL. And these kids have talents that are into them, but they can't do it because they're overshadowed with everything else. And it's so much other opportunities.
It is. And then we got to prepare these kids for the future.
Yeah, like,
because it's here. The future is now. Like, we're so behind. And I like I say, I agree with the vice mayor on that topic. And I think this is, to me, look, if I agree with you, I agree with you. If I disagree with you, I disagree with you. You know, but when we're talking about our community, I need the district commissioner to lead the way. I'm looking for her to lead the way because I don't mince my words when I say things. Like, I'm not going to follow the lead of what a white woman says in my community. I'm not gonna do that, because how do you know what experience can you pull from to help me understand why you think what you want in this community at this time with these people is the right thing to do? There's not a book you can read. There's not a degree you can get. There's not an experience you can have. There's nothing you can say that is going to make me think what you want for this community is the best.
Or is what the community needs.
No, I'm just not going to see that. Now, do I think the things you can add and stuff like, yes, but you can't lead that conversation. You can't be that lead for the conversation. And it's no different than when people say the white man. Well, hell, the white man can't lead the other white woman. It got to be us.
It has to be us.
All right, y'all, listen. I am grabbing myself up here because I'm been sick. Look, now I'm missing. I'm working my way through today, right here.
Well, we made it.
We made it. We made it through. We made it through. So I do want to make sure, Shakay, you need to touch on the meeting. Let's play that. The meeting. The video about the meeting, because there's a few meetings coming up and the community needs to know that these meetings are happening.
And that's all I'm talking about. Anybody call my phone? It's so funny because anybody call my phone, all I got to talk about is the World Economics, Downtown Pompano Project, What's the Tea, networking, what you doing with your small business. That's all my conversation be about now. Listen, I was in there talking to the people at the workers at the desk when it was time for us to leave. My ride was about to leave me. And that's when I see a group of people and they ask me, all you gotta do is ask me one question: what you doing? I'm gonna let you know exactly what I'm doing.
I love it.
I let them, and I was in, and it was like, oh yeah. Listen, it was one of the guys who working there. He was like, yeah, he went to school. He wanted to be a personal trainer. Don't worry about it. I'm putting together because everybody keep asking me about another workout event.
Right.
Don't worry about it. I got you guys. I'm going to put it together. Any personal trainers, the juice guy, I meant to get with him, but I was so busy running my mouth.
Well, we're going to make sure
But I'm going to make sure I get with them. But yeah, I was talking to them and running that to them. You ready to roll the clip?
Oh, you going to tell them to roll the clip?
Roll the clip, Step.
Space there. The last statement I have is regarding the community meeting. I had scheduled a community meeting for tomorrow. The the 15th at the E.Pat Larkin Center, and it has been canceled, and we're rescheduling that meeting for Monday, October 27th at the new Senior Activity Center, which is on 9th Street. So I will get the flyers ready and available to those that would like to attend the community meeting. It's basically a meeting about the resources that are available to us in Pompano that we're not taking advantage of, just to let people know what's available to you and for you in the city of Pompano Beach, so that you'll be more aware of that. So just remember that meeting is changed to October 27th, which is a Monday, and I will make sure I get the flyer out. Thank you.
Okay, October 27th, people, at the Senior Center.
The Senior Center.
At 6 o'clock.
At 6 o'clock.
Community meeting. We need to make sure we're in the building to hear from the commissioner about the resources from the community. Also, October 29th, which is Wednesday, is a special joint city and CRA commission meeting, and they will be talking about the downtown project. People need to show up.
Let's get it. Let's show up.
People need to show up. Now listen, the last time, Steph, I airdropped you a video with me standing there. It's a white, I had on a white shirt. The last time.
Second 3 minutes.
Huh?
Second 3, the one you just airdrop.
No, I airdropped that first. The last time we had that meeting was May 14th. And May 14th was the first time they tried to go through with what's going to happen with the downtown project. I can't find it. Don't worry about it. What's going to happen with the downtown project? How is the downtown project going to be paid for, either public or private financing? What the bonds were going to be? What the MDA agreement, the amendments, community benefits, all of that was going to be at that meeting. And that was the meeting. You came to that meeting with the shirts?
With the shirts, yes. That was the meeting I came to with the shirts.
And that was the meeting with the shirts. And baby, that was a meeting that required a lot of patience, because it caused people to get in their feelings, and the meeting had to be shut down. Okay, I found it. The meeting had to be shut down and closed early, and they didn't get to do anything with it. When they did come back, it was a no vote on the public financing, and the no vote made it to where nothing moved, right? So the meeting on October 29th is going to be around what's going on with the downtown project and how the financing and different things. Now, the agenda normally comes out before then, so people can go on the city website and look at the agenda. They can pull up the MDA agreement and look and see what's on the backup. So all of the changes, any updates, all of that is going to be on there. And it's important for people to go and read before you go to the meeting. Don't sit there and let people tell you what something is. Read it for yourself. And then again, the commissioner is having her meeting on that Monday. And then that Wednesday is a meeting, and that's where a lot of this is going to be discussed. The master developer will give a presentation, update on, people will get to see the design from the master developer with the architect that was chosen for the city hall design. All of that.
It's so different.
Now you got that, Steph? Okay, so Steph gonna play his video. This was at that meeting at May 14th. Roll the clip, Steph. If I was writing this, I would make sure it's a little more put together. But as you can see, this is real life. This is what's happening in Pompano. This is a historic moment. So tensions, emotions, feelings, opinions, all of it's coming out right now. So, you know, I'm honored to be the one filming with y'all. And now we're gonna have this great piece of archival work about how this process happened, who was involved.
Let them know that we're not voting today.
Yeah, we ain't. We were supposed to be, this was supposed to be the day to vote. And now we not. It's postponed because as you can see, it's postponed. But then we're gonna workshop some things and figure it out. Hey, one thing I learned about development is they're gonna build it anyway, so why not be part of it, right? Let's see where it goes from here.
Why not be part of it?
So,
Why not?
did you see all them police officers back there? Oh, it was a meeting. It was a meeting. I got more footage from that, but I'm not gonna show that right now. I'm not gonna show that right now. I'm gonna hold it, okay? But listen, we gonna wrap it up for the night. I need to go take me some medicine, drink me some tea. I just wanted to make sure y'all know. Step. Appreciate you, my brother, working with us. We got a little late start today. You know, a couple of things came up. I've been sick, nail off, all kind of stuff.
I wasn't late.
No, she wasn't, people. She wasn't late. She was here. She was here. I appreciate her, you know, stepping up for me. All right, listen, y'all make sure y'all tune in every Thursday, 7 p.m. Bottom Up Podcast. I'm your host, Serica, and your co-host,
Shakay.
all right, we're going to make sure we keep this thing going, and we're going to get better and better, y'all. We're going to get better and better. Thank you for our special guest that came through, Miss Rose Kennedy with the Tiger Trail Festival. And Step, we got our outro today? I sent you a video.
The 3 seconds?
It was 3 seconds or 3 minutes?
No, the 3 minute, 2 seconds. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. You gotta tell me.
That's
I
the
didn't
one.
know that was the outro.
Yeah, that's the one, Step.
Okay.
That's the one. Don't worry. Listen, today is the day. All right. Listen, I want to thank y'all for tuning in again. Bottom Up Podcast. We're going to see y'all. Okay?
Peace.
Step. Roll the clip.
Clip.
Are we too late as far as the minority developers being a part of it?
No.
Okay. All right.
No, we're not too late, but we also have to have relationships now because, again, there's no more DEI, minority set-asides, so you can't lean on civil rights to get you what it is.
Right.
You're going to need relationships. You got to network. It ain't what you know, it's who you know. And if you're not in the room, if you're not at the table, you on the menu.
So if May 14th we don't get the approvals, the project doesn't die, it slows it down, which is unfortunate because, you know, all of the great programs I mentioned previously and additional project elements we talked about, we want to get moving, right?
Right.
And people have to be patient. It's not going to happen overnight. Like I said, it's a 10-year project. But it being a 10-year project gives us that much more time to get people ready in line to take advantage of the opportunities. And that's what I'm focused on because I really want to uplift. I want to increase incomes for the community because as much as, you know, our schools have issues, sometimes it starts with the parents, right? And trying to get them opportunities too, to make sure they can have higher paying jobs, they can get reskilled if they need to, because if the parents are strong and they're okay, the kids kind of tend to follow and kind of fall in line and so forth. They should really be excited about this project for different reasons.
Right.
One is the economic opportunities, which includes the jobs. The other is the small business opportunities to actually have a small business in the downtown. Third is your business outside of the downtown that will be able to provide services and goods to businesses in the downtown as well, right? Another exciting thing is just all of the activation that can happen in the downtown, because the idea is to have all of this open space where you can activate the space, and you have all of these outdoor events. I mean, myself as a parent, I love the outdoor events, which is the movies on the lawn, all of these great things that we'll be able to do in that downtown together as a community. I mean, it's just great. And it doesn't have to be expensive stuff to do all of this activation.
That's what I say, like, to the youth. Make yourself available in a way that makes you happy. Like, okay, me telling you to go somewhere, it's hard because you're like, what is that? Like, I don't want to do that. But if you do it because you're happy, or if it makes you happy, or any way that you can get connected with your city, then I feel like they'll come out more.
Stay the course. You know, get out just like you're doing and talk to the people, stay the course. Because we have ideas. When I say we, I mean the community has ideas, but they got to feel comfortable talking to you. Well, you know, we can converse. And Brandon is on the same course I'm on. We want to see something that can thrive in our area, and we move on. Because Pompano is the place now. The guys, when I was a commissioner, they used to say, what exit do you get off at I-95 where you see nothing but an apartment building?
When I think of love, I think of the war being over. Weapons of mass destruction finally being destroyed, one machine at a time. Because you are the one, Trinity, be my infinity. Never let me go far beyond the flesh that holds us. Let's encode our code into the cheat code. We so encrypted the way we slip in and out of spaces without folks knowing our IP address. Hell, we're intellectual property with the patent and the copyright. We so right that we could be white, labeled, franchise. Hell, baby, we're brand new to this side of love, that free love. That you're not my property, I don't own you type. Cause I'm honored to know you, to be in your presence is a gift. Because you don't owe me anything, and I don't owe you either. But I thank you for your time. I really want you to be my person.
I am a lover, come and discover. Foxes and wolves and birds and nests. When we in our zone, yeah, we both can rest. Gonna rest. Joy and pain, sunshine and rain, joy and pain, sunshine, and since it's gon' rain, we gon' be alright. Chillin' Jada with growing pain.